My prediction is that the next Animal Crossing mainline game is going to come out in 2020, leaving the port to come out in 2020. Yo, what is going on, guys? Amsoul's here, and today we'll be talking about, will Animal Crossing ever get a port in the future? I think I have your answer. We're going to talk about it today. I've been talking about it on my recent streams recently, my recent live streams, and it's kind of had me thinking, like, with the rise of Animal Crossing's fanbase, could we get another port? Well, let's go ahead and let's get into the video, let's talk about it, and let's see if we could. So I think to start off with a topic like this, let's go over, has this ever happened in the past for an Animal Crossing game? And the answer is yes. So the first Animal Crossing game came out on the N64, and later was ported to the GameCube, and it was titled Dobutsu no Mori E+. That was the kind of deluxe version. Then that's the only port. And with the rise of the Animal Crossing fanbase, as I mentioned, could we see another one in the future? I think it's perfect, but it comes down to what game would we see ported? Talks of New Leaf, talks of City Folk, Wild World maybe. We're gonna see. Let's talk about it. So if you ask me if a port will happen, I'm going to say 110% we will get a port for Animal Crossing at some point, whether it be 5 years, 1 year, next Animal Crossing game. I think a port is definitely going to happen. Now, let's go over all the games that could get a port. So we have New Horizons. New Leaf, I think, would be a bit too soon. New Leaf came out 10 years ago. And while 10 years ago is a very, very long time, I just don't see New Leaf getting a port. While it's a beloved game, I think something a bit more retro would get a port. Something like Animal Crossing City Folk. Now, I think City Folk is the game to most likely get a port because of a few reasons. First of all, it had a beautiful, beautiful soundtrack. New Horizons sort of lacks that. Not only that, we can't just look at a soundtrack. It had a whole city, sassy dialogue, you name it. I mean, it had so much. City Folk was a very, very loved game. It also has Brewster, Frillard, what's that one little dog that comes out of the fountain? Or I think it's a dog, right? I'll put it on the screen. Oh, it's like Serena or something. Yeah. They have her. Like, there's so many new things to discover in this game. No, but like, there's so many new features to discover for a player who has played Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's a lot of differences, and I think if they just bumped it up to 1080p, I mean, it'd be a great port for the series. And once again, like, people have heard, New Horizons players have heard about City Folk in past games, but not all of them have actually played them. So if a New Horizons player got to play City Folk, I think that they would indeed love it. I liked Breath of the Wild. I played Skyward Sword when it got ported over to the Switch, and I loved it. I think it'd be the same thing with an Animal Crossing game. And I just think with the fan base this big, they definitely should have a port, because I feel like developing a brand new game or just porting something over, a port definitely takes less effort. I mean, that's what they should do next, I feel like. In between New Horizons and in the next mainline game, imagine a City Folk Deluxe or City Folk HD or something. That'd be amazing. I would buy it. You might want to buy it. It'd be amazing. I'm going to put a picture on the screen of what the cover may look like, just to kind of get hype and hopes up. But yeah, I think a City Folk port would be the most likely one. Now let's talk about when we could see a City Folk port, if even a City Folk port. I'm not confirming it by any means, but if we see one, when will it be? I'm gonna say, my prediction is that the next Animal Crossing mainline game is going to come out in 2025. Now, we have Breath of the Wild 2. Let's date back a little bit and talk about when Nintendo likes to release ports. So we have Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in 2022. That game will come out this year. Nintendo released a port in 2021 for Skyward Sword HD, an old Wii game of The Legend of Zelda ported to the Switch. Now, we also have to realize the Switch has been out since 2017. It may come to an end soon. I have no clue when the next console is coming, but it could come to an end very, very soon. I think the next Animal Crossing game will come out in 2025, leaving the port to come out in 2024. That's my prediction. Although, once again, we have to realize the next Nintendo consoles is going to come out sort of soon. Not soon, but like, not like 2028 or something. Like, it's going to come out like somewhat next few years. So, whether it be a port to the new console, whether it be a port to the Switch, I think a City Folk port would be amazing. I think besides New Leaf, it's one of the most loved games by the Animal Crossing fan base who has played that game. I've played that game. It's so much fun. City Folk port would be amazing. Great for the series. And so, yeah, guys, I think that is going to wrap up the video. City Folk port, please happen. Even a New Leaf port, I would not be upset. I just feel like a game like Wild World or even New Leaf, I feel like graphic-wise and frames-wise, I feel like City Folk felt better. So I just feel like City Folk has the highest chance of getting a port to the Switch. And so yeah, guys, that is it. I love you guys all. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you are brand new, because I post Animal Crossing content twice a day and keep you guys updated with everything in the community. And yeah, I love you guys all. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.
Oh.